So you don't do a shirt or which one? Pick one. Which one am I gonna do?
You know, I really want to do this, but I think I'm gonna do the shirt.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Alright, I'll use the 3-section. Welcome to King Kong Palm. We're still going down the road of weapons right now. So today we're talking about soft weapons. And we're
I couldn't help it.
okay, so we're gonna use the 3-section staff. I'm gonna use a softer one today because I don't want to have an accident with the S.O.V here. Okay? And my brother Ron is going to use a shirt. And so let's name some other soft weapons.
Chain whip,
rope dart,
nunchucks,
Yeah.
nunchucks.
you got them nunchucks?
I don't know, whatever. Something
Okay.
like that. So basically, bochucks, stuff like that. Anything that folds on itself, these kind of things are called soft weapons. And not necessarily how, if I hit them, oh, it's so soft. No. It's just because it folds and it's kind of pliable like that. Soft weapons are also, aside from flying weapons, which is bow and arrows, it's one of the hardest things to learn. Because
especially these, if you learn the real one.
I hate those,
Yeah.
but I love them.
Yeah.
I hate those.
It's
I love
my
them.
worst weapon because
Yes.
it caused me so much pain.
Exactly. It's like, God damn it, how did they use this thing? There it is.
Like 90% of your initial training with a 3-section staff is trying to get out of its way.
It's like Gordon Liu didn't make. If you don't know Gordon Liu, 36 chamber.
Some of you guys are a little too young for that. Anyway, look at us.
Anyways,
So you want to go first?
right.
All
One
right.
of the things about the soft weapons too is soft is great against if I couldn't get away from somebody and he had a knife and I had to fight him, and all I had was this, I would wrap this sucker up, right? Or I use this for what we're gonna be doing right now.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So
one of the first things about soft weapons is the rat. Oh, sorry. the rat. Once he salutes, hit him. But I'm just gonna make it as simple as okay. You could totally do several things. One is that one's fine, right? I could just do that. Just smack it out, right? But remember, it's not gonna hurt him unless it's a nunchucks, right? But if you are gonna learn the nunchucks, remember it's gonna bounce back. So you learn to hit with soft weapons just like you hit with the broadsword for your with the butt end first, and then it follows through at that point, so it doesn't bounce back. Right? I'm trying to make it easier. I'm trying not to. I mean, there's things like really difficult, but here, see, right? I go here, bam, through. Right? There's a lot of things that you can do. I'm doing a lot already.
okay. By the way, just a little disclaimer. He's had the Gates of Heaven tea. So if you watch any of our other episodes, you heard about the Gates of Heaven's tea.
Yeah. Well, I can't focus.
His focus need focus.
But also, so if he had a knife or something like that, I could basically use this as also a shield, right? Just to get things. Because remember, if you're gonna go up against somebody with a weapon, be prepared to get hit by that weapon, right? So if you can't run away, that's what you gotta do. And this is usually the soft weapon. It's just. But
Swatting flies?
exactly. As we're doing this comes in. This comes in, right? You could just do that. And if you know more, I'm trying not to show the more complicated ones where you actually use this as please, like where here we come in, we go here, bang. Using the more of a killer stuff.
Yeah, but save that for the workshops.
Oh, okay. Bam! See? All
right, so
Gates of Heaven tea.
Gates of Heaven tea. Okay, so
thank you.
this will be pretty simple. So this will be used in rhythm of block strike or 1-2 beat or 1 beat. So if he throws me a left, right, I may go boom, jam him that way. Now I'm in here. And when people are swinging the stuff all around, when they're doing, blah, 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 I mean, no one is going to run into that, right? There's also the mindset is who's going to be walking around with 3-section staff. But
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm hoping you had the answer.
No, I don't know. I don't like them, but I like them.
But the reality for us is, once again, how does it translate for us understanding how to move our body? So let me just talk about what I just did. So as he throws, so I'm working on this rhythmatically. Now remember, we talked about axes and angles in other videos. So if he throws, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I can move here, right? I can kick here. There's all kind of stuff that I can do, right? Then I can change the rhythm of it, right? And boom, 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 boom. And this is just allowing me to move as if it's part of who I am when I'm doing it. Little Bagua. But the objective is this is part of who I am, right? And if I want to change it, then I can change it to grab the end of it and strike that way as well. Let's say if he tries to run away. He's got to get away from this. Then he's got to get away from this. Harder to do, okay? But if I'm talking about how does it translate hand to hand, he throws, and I go 1, 2, 3. Same thing. Boom, 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 right? Or I change the rhythm. Boom, right? Okay? And so that's how that works. And for us, everything is understanding position. So when we use weapons, I love weapons. I've always loved watching the Kung Fu masters utilize weapons. But for my brother and I, it's a little bit more than just a performance. It's understanding how we're going to use our body. And when you use something like the 3-section staff, you really have to pay attention to those details. Because what most people do, they don't swing them around really well. But if you have someone like the S.O.V. stepping close to you, then it becomes, 22 years of training becomes this. It becomes that only, And so you have to understand how to access the angles.
I think a long time ago, a bunch of monks were looking at the nerd monk over there and said, let's give him a weapon that's like stupidly hard to use. Oh, how about this 3-sectional staff? And then, oh crap, he learned how to use it.
He's really good. Can you teach us?
Yeah, exactly. I think it was a joke weapon.
If you ever use this, you'll understand what he said, because I, still to this day, I'll whack. This is why I have the soft ones in the studio. I have plenty of hard ones, but if I'm using them a lot, then I'll only use the hard ones. But when I'm starting, I'll pull these out, because I'm going to whack myself because here's this, because I was explaining to a friend of mine who's a nunchuck master. He does nunchucks, won championships and stuff like that. And when I told him, I said, you know what you miss in the nunchuck? You have your nunchuck here, but you miss this one. Boom! You miss that last one that comes around, and it gets you every time. And if you use 3-section staff, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
And remember, guys, historically, they usually put two weapons in two categories: personal and battlefield. Some of these things, like the chain whips, the they just swing it in the battlefield and see what they can hit. These are the kind of things, they just waylay things around them. And so, what you're trying to do is basically trying to keep that weapon in your hands and not so fatigued by, going from one attack. Because if you've ever seen those battlefields, even reenactments, you're like, holy crap. They're just, boom, they do that. And that's how they were. And these things were basically the street sweepers. They sweeped everything around it. And so you got to look at that and like, how am I going to do this with a personal weapon? You can learn from it still. As my brother was showing, it puts you where your hands are, it balances you out, it keeps you stable and everything. But remember, historical wise, you're not going to use that for like a personal weapon thing. So it's used in context, in battlefield. So
yeah,
that one,
he walks around with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's funny about 3-section staff? If the S.O.V. walked around with it just like this, most people wouldn't know what it was. They'll go up there and goes, what is that? They wouldn't even know what it is.
Because it's a chain or something.
Exactly.
It's a bling.
Your gear is on fire.
Oh my
Anyway.
God. I'd like to see that. Anyways, please comment, subscribe. Please, we are in a mission to make sure we're not trying to teach you guys what we know. What we're trying to do is show you guys how to make what you know already effective. So there's nothing like we're trying to like take you from something, right? We're not trying to pull you away from something. We're just trying to I want to see Mantis Kung Fu, Eagle Claw Kung Fu, not from me. but from our brothers and sisters out there and use it effectively as what we do here. So please come on by, comment, subscribe. Remember, you don't have much time.
We're getting older.
Because we're getting older and we would just want to like relax in the beach or something like that. But we'll always teach probably until we die.
Yeah, probably.
All right?
All right. You really want to do Elvis?
See? Because I've been studying.
I should hit Parker.
He tried. I think he took it.
Yeah, the whole thing where he has a big EP on his back, Elvis does. And I'm not sure if it's Elvis Presley or Ed Parker.